everyone. Welcome to the VAR Room, where Americans talk soccer. I'm your co-host Idris, and alongside me here, June, who is also my co-host. Now for some
Hello.
introductions. Hey, June, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great, Idris. How are you? How are you? Happy Sunday.
I'm doing fantastic. What a day! What a day it's been. But
It's
before we
too
get
hot,
started,
dude. It's way too hot outside. I'm just staying in, making some podcasts with my buddy Idris. Feels great,
yeah,
man.
before we go any further, let's do some brief introductions, June. So just tell me your favorite team and your favorite player, current and of all time.
What's up, guys? This is June. I'm very excited to host this podcast with Idris. So my favorite team is, I'm gonna sing a song for you guys, and I hope you guys take a guess. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. I want to be in that number. Yeah, I'm a Spurs fan. So come on, you Spurs.
Ooh.
So my favorite player is Heung-min Son. He's just a great midfielder. I wish I really played like him on the pitch, but it's really hard. But a favorite all-time player gotta be Ji-sung Park, because I used to grow up watching him, and he's one of the Manchester United legends, I would say. Yep. Idris, what about you, man?
Well, controversy starts right at the beginning of our first episode. I am an Arsenal fan.
Ooh.
North London is red. London is always red. Come on, you Gunners. You know, we're better than them lot down the road. So can't say anything, but excited to be on this podcast with Jun. And my favorite player of all time has to be Henry. Arsenal legend, Premier League legend. Anything he touched turned to gold. Has to be the best striker to ever grace the Premier League. Period. No
Yeah.
questions. My current favorite player has to be Kieran Tierney, left back of Arsenal, a bargain for 24 million quid. So I'm loving him, love his attitude, heart, desire, and looking forward to seeing him play more for Arsenal and become an Arsenal legend.
Awesome. Thanks, Idris.
So
So,
just a little bit about this podcast and why we started it. Me and John played for the same team in college for intramurals,
yep.
and it was an exciting thing. We both have a passion for soccer or football, as some of our England comrades would say.
Lads, our lads, our mates.
Yeah, some of our mates would say. And we just decided, why not start a podcast? Just talk about the events during the week, talk about soccer, transfer rumors, transfers, whatever,
Yep.
how the league has been shaping up. It's been an interesting season. So our first our next episode might just talk about how crazy the season has been with the pandemic and everything. We'll probably focus more on the Premier League, but we're going to expand some of our weekly content to other leagues around the world. So looking forward to having everyone that's listening to this first episode back, and
Stay tuned.
hopefully we can entertain you.
Sounds good. Yeah. So we're gonna do our podcast every Sunday and upload it on Sunday night. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. So today was Super Sunday, as most of you soccer fans might know. And what
Super
that means
Sunday.
is all the final games in the Premier League were played today. And I guess we can get started with the confirmed top four Champions League spots. So
Same
in
time, right? It's just same time. They all played
same
at the
time,
same time.
a lot of games to watch,
A
but
lot of games.
it was definitely worth the risk of watching all of those games. Multitasking,
Yep. Yep.
very interesting.
I was getting so frustrated with my MacBook because I didn't know how to like put four screens into one screen. I mean, to watch all the games at the same time. Man, it
Yeah,
was crazy. It's
yeah.
crazy.
I ended up just watching two: the United versus Leicester and the Arsenal versus Watford. So it was pretty good, but I can't wait to go watch the highlights of the other games.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
All right, let's get started with the confirmed top four, and we have obviously the champions Liverpool, which they had an incredible season, 99 points, only 3 defeats
Ooh,
out of 38, 3 defeats, incredible feat. Then we have in second Manchester City with 81 points, Manchester United in third, very interesting, right there with 66 points. And lastly, Chelsea in fourth, also with 66 points, but just didn't have the goal difference of United. What are your thoughts, Jim?
well, I'm just looking at this table. I'm just amazed by how many points that Liverpool has this season. I'm pretty bummed out to see that they didn't get that 1 point to make it 100. But it's just crazy. Like the second and third has massive point difference, and everything below that it just pretty consistently drops. Other than Norwich, which has 21 points, and then they got relegated a while back. Yeah, it's been a great season, and let's talk about the Champions League. What's gonna happen for
Yes.
these teams?
Yeah, I'm interested to see these teams back in the Champions League. Obviously, Man City had their ban overturned, which was a huge deciding factor in the Champions League race this season. Because if they had their ban stay on, Leicester would have been in the Champions League in fifth spot. So
Yeah,
that's interesting. I'm excited for Chelsea to be back into the Champions League as well, as they made some great signings. I'm excited to see what Frank Lampard has to do with this team. Same with Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's done a great job since Fernandes came in January, overturning this team and getting them into the top four. Amazing feat. Amazing.
definitely. When has the date decided yet for the Champions League resume?
I think it's going to start in August, sometime in August. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, August. Liverpool still looking strong in the group group E. They're number one.
Yeah, I think.
Napoli
Yeah,
second.
but we have to consider that they have been knocked out by Atletico in the quarterfinals before the lockdown. They did get knocked out by Atletico Madrid.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'm looking at the table, the group stage, but they already
Yeah, it's been
started the
a
round
long
of
time.
16. Yeah.
It's been a long time since Champions League football.
Whoops. Yeah, they've been knocked out. Yeah, two aggregate 2-4. Yeah, I'm just looking at the score. Wow, that's
Yeah,
an upset. That's an upset.
yeah, the champions last year. Well, but okay, so let's get to this discussion. I know a lot of people will have it. We've seen great teams in the Premier League. We've seen the '99 treble team of Manchester United, great feat. We've seen the undefeated team of Arsenal in 0304. We've seen the Mourinho Chelsea team, great team. We've seen the Centennials in Manchester City. Where does this Liverpool team fit into that equation? Because they won the Premier League, but they were out of the FA Cup, out of the EFL Cup, out of the Champions League. So it's basically only the Premier League title they won. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, However, Liverpool they won the Champions League last year,
That is
and
right.
they're at least winning something every year. So at this pace, maybe next year they're going to win maybe 2 cups other than 1 cup. But I think they're definitely on a roll with this Jurgen Klopp. He's definitely a great leader figure in this team, and just the team chemistry is just awesome, and everyone works well with each other, and a lot of new talents are discovered in this team. New purchase like Minamino. I'm excited to see more of him in the squad, and I think they just signed 2 players from the youth academy.
Oh yeah, Curtis Jones, and I forgot the name of the other player, but I have seen Curtis Jones play. He's a really good prospect. Need to see more of him.
Yeah, Curtis Jones is great. Curtis Jones, he really knows how to. He has good visions on the field, and he's been more importantly, he's been showing results at such a young age, already at this big league. So Harvey Elliott. What was it? Elliott? The other
Yeah,
one's Harvey
Harvey
Elliott. Yeah,
Elliott. Yeah. So
he's
two pretty good youngsters.
yep, definitely. So I think next year Liverpool is going to be definitely a big contender in the Premier League title race, and Champions League they're out. So, but I think they're going to be also a great contender in the Champions League as well. What about you, Idris? What do you think?
I think they were a great side. I think for me, I think they need some more recruitment because they use probably the same 11 every week, especially the front three of Mane, Firmino, and Salah.
Yep.
There's not a lot of rotation there. I mean, they do have Origi and Shaqiri, but they don't get a lot of game time. Origi is the GOAT, by the way. Never forget that. But I think it's a great feat what Liverpool did. I mean, 99 points. That's amazing. But where they stack up among the other great teams, I'll probably say they, even though they had a great season last year, they're incredible too. They probably come in last at those great teams that we have. So behind the United treble winning team, which I think was one of the, if not the greatest Premier League team to grace the Premier League, winning the treble. Then we have the Invincibles double, going unbeaten in a season, winning the Premier League and the FA Cup. We have the Chelsea team. We have the Centennials of Man City, 100 points,
Wow.
winning the. So they're a real contender. I'll say they're one of the top five best teams of all time in the Premier League.
Yep,
But
definitely.
yeah, has some might say they're the greatest. I personally don't agree with that. They're up there, but they're not the greatest. We've had way better teams than this team.
Yep. Last time the Liverpool won the Premier League was 1989, 1990 season.
Oh wow! So it's been 30 years.
30 years. Yep.
You just have to feel for the fans. I think Jordan Henderson was born. I saw this on Twitter the other day. Jordan Henderson was born a couple months after Liverpool won their last title, and he took them to a trophy this year. Just incredible.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah, just gotta. Isn't there like a what was his name? Jared.
Yeah.
There's like a meme of him like falling down against
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been their season. They just had to win.
Yeah.
And the Jared slip.
He
Very
slipped.
famous. Yeah. But I am happy for Liverpool and the Liverpool fans. So they've had their moment, but I think next season is a lot harder. Personally, I don't think most teams were up for it this season. Take nothing away from Liverpool, but as you can see the table, that gap is huge. So most teams were not up for it. Second place, Manchester City had 9 defeats. 9 defeats. That's incredible. So hopefully next season we get a better challenge. And if you were to just guess, who do you think will be in the top 4 next season?
I would say Liverpool for sure, and Man City, and Chelsea. Oh, we got to talk about Chelsea. They got Ziyech and
Werner.
Timo Werner, yeah, and
They still have Pulisic.
they still got Pulisic. He's so good. He's so good on the pitch. And N'Golo Kante. I think N'Golo Kante is so good.
Yeah, but there are rumors that they might sell N'Golo Kante to Madrid.
Oh man, that's gonna be a loss for Chelsea. Well, I mean, who's gonna replace N'Golo Kante though?
I mean, I think Kovacic plays really good, but they might. I don't know who they're gonna really get because Kante just brings. He's another dimension to any team, really. But I don't know. It's up to Lampard. They might replace him with Billy Gilmore, who's very young, very talented teenager. But I think he's still way too young to start week in, week out. So that would be interesting to see what Chelsea do with Conte.
For sure. Billy's only 19. He's born in 2001.
Oh wow, we're both older than Billy Gilmore.
Way older. Yeah, I'm just like so amazed. Like every time these new young players come in, they're like, well, I'm like, when are they born? Like 2002? What?
Yeah, we've had all we had a lot of youngsters that have broken through this season. We've had Mason Greenwood from United. We have Bukayo Saka from Arsenal. Martinelli. We've had Curtis Jones. We've had Phil Foden.
Oh,
Billy
Foden's great.
Gilmore. Yeah, so there are a lot, and most of those players are English. So the England national team is going to look very scary in the future.
Yeah, they're stacked on the attacking midfielders and forward and all that. But I don't know about defenders though for England.
I think they still have some pretty good defenders. They have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's pretty young. Let's say Brandon Williams. I think he's English.
Brandon Williams he's pretty great. Yeah, he hustles.
Yeah, so they have Harry Winks in midfield, which he's probably, even though I don't like Spurs, he's probably my favorite Spurs player.
He's great. He's great. Yeah, he's great. I agree.
Yeah, so they have a lot of quality.
What about center back? Do you think Wan-Bissaka is going to be the center back for?
I think he's still going to play right back. I don't think. I'm trying to see. Oh, they have Joe Gomez as center back from Liverpool. He's 22, 23, I think. Yeah, so.
Joe Gomez plays for England. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
And he's learning from one of the best defenders in the league, Virgil van Dijk. So he's going to be very important.
Oh, so they got a pretty strong squad then.
Yeah, they do.
2022 World Cup, Qatar.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the World Cup.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed out that the Euros got postponed due to COVID, but it's all for everyone's safety.
Yep. I mean, there was also supposed to happen for Japan's Olympic, right? And
yeah, that too.
Yeah, just a lot of things are getting canceled. And okay, let me ask you this, Idris. I mean, let me answer your question first. So 4 teams I gave Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Spurs, obviously, my love. It's gonna be tough. There's a lot of homework for our team, but I just hope that they're gonna qualify for Champions League next year. What about you, Idris?
I'll say definitely Liverpool and Man City. Those are pretty constant. They've been probably the best 2 teams in the league for the past 3 years. So those are definitely going to be there.
Yep.
I think the last 2 spots are going to be between United, Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal. And I'm going to get to that. If Arsenal and Spurs can recruit wisely this summer in the transfer window, they'll be real contenders, because I think they're only missing one piece to both their teams.
Yep.
But if not, I see Manchester United and Chelsea getting those spots again easily, especially with Manchester United interested in Jadon Sancho, which would be a huge thing for them.
Is Jadon Sancho like, it's just a rumor now, right? At this point.
Yeah, it's just a rumor, but it's great intention. So
I've seen a couple Dortmund games, and I think Haaland and Sancho, they work great together. So I don't know if they're going to actually sell him this the next open market.
Yeah, it depends with Champions League football that Manchester United just secured. It really depends on if Sancho wants to come back to England. Interesting thing. Sancho was a Manchester City player before going to Dortmund. He played in the Manchester City Academy.
So he could be homesick for sure.
Yeah, so it depends. I think Dortmund won over 100 million for him, but with the recent COVID, situation, they might have to reduce their price because of teams' finances. But it'll be good to see.
Sure. So it's just going back to Tottenham and Arsenal missing one piece. I know what we're missing. What do you think it's missing for Arsenal currently? Like, well, who do you guys have to buy? Like, it doesn't have to be specific players, but it could be like you guys are missing defenders,
Yeah. So I would say we're missing 3 players. I think if Arsenal can sign 3 players in these positions this summer, we are real contenders. If we can sign a commanding center back, we do have William Saliba coming in, but he's very young. He's 19. all that pressure can't be just on him. We need a big
Mm.
commanding center back.
Yep.
We need a defensive midfielder who can shield that back line. For
Mm.
me, Xhaka does not do enough. He's not mobile enough to do that role, and Torreira is pretty small to do that role, even though he can, but he'll get bullied by bigger defensive midfielders. And the last one is an attacking, ball-carrying midfielder who can score goals from midfield, assist from midfield. So like a Kevin De Bruyne type player.
I see.
Those are the three players we need. Because I would say our attack is pretty good. We have probably arguably the best two goalkeepers in the league with
Aubameyang.
Leno and Martinez in goal.
Oh
And
yeah.
we have Aubameyang, we have Pepe, we have Saka, who's another young prospect. We have Lacazette. So I'll have to say just three players, and it will be great. A player I would love to see in
Yeah.
that attacking role is Jack Grealish, but I don't know how his price is going to vary now that Aston Villa has stayed up in the Premier League.
Man, Jack Grealish is so good with the ball. Like, he's so fluid.
Yeah, he is. I would love him in my Arsenal team.
Who else,
What?
are you guys looking to sign? Like, rumors-wise.
So rumors-wise, we have Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. He's a defensive midfielder. And we have Gelson, I think his name is, from Sporting. He's a 17-year-old winger. I don't know
Wow,
how
so
that
young.
plays. Yeah, I don't know how that plays into our team. As a winger, I don't think we really need a winger unless they move Aubameyang centrally.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how it's going to pan out. The next couple months are going to be crucial in our recruitment, and I think next week is going to be a huge factor in if we get European football with the FA Cup final. So.
Oh yeah, if you guys win, you guys are gonna take Spurs spot, right?
That is correct.
That's gonna be insane. You guys are playing Chelsea, is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. I mean, what was the result? Chelsea versus Arsenal last game.
Our last game in the Premier League was 2-2.
2-2 tie. Ooh, tiebreaker.
So hopefully we can put in a good performance and win. That's the hope I have. Yeah. So
yeah, good luck to you, Idris. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Speaking of Aston Villa, let's talk relegation. So we have the three teams confirmed for relegation. We have Norwich, Watford, and Bournemouth. Aston Villa survived with a draw today. So what are your thoughts on the teams that got relegated?
Man, I honestly was so excited about these relegation battle. I actually, when I was talking to you last week, I predicted Brighton to go down, and I expected Bournemouth to stay in. At that point, Norwich was out completely. So It was between Bournemouth, Watford, Aston Villa, and West Ham and Brighton, pretty much. I really wanted West Ham to stay because one of the players that I follow is Pablo Fornals, and he's a great attacking midfielder. But it was just crazy to see how like everything really depended on the last match. Like today, Bournemouth they done their job. They were up 3-1, and it all depended on Aston Villa versus West Ham and Watford versus Arsenal. I don't know. I think Watford, they just gave too many goals away just like last game. Like, and then they started comeback. Like I think they just lost their focus in the beginning, and I think it was just too late at the point where they had to play the catch up, and there was just no more time to do that. And they obviously have some good players. Watford, I think Sarr, he's so fast. I've seen him play a couple times. I think he's just missing that finishing ability. I think if he works on that, he could go to like a bigger club and actually perform very well there. Jack Grealish, definitely. I think he scored the goal today, and he he's definitely going to find a bigger club for himself. But congrats to Aston Villa fans, for staying in Premier League. And yeah, on the other side, Leeds are coming up. Leeds and West Brom has been confirmed to come back to Premier League, and the playoffs are going on currently. I think it's actually going on right now. Like I think it's between Brentford and Swansea City. Let's see, Brentford, Swansea City, Cardiff,
It's here.
Fulham, and yeah. So I'm very excited to see Leeds back in the Premiership because the Leeds fans just makes the Premier League just so much fun to watch. You know, their passion and their love for football is known all over the world. So I'm just happy to have them back and excited to see them play Manchester United. Yeah, what do you think, haters? What do you think about the relegation and the teams that are moving up?
First of all, I'll start with Watford because of Troy Deeney took a jab at Arsenal a couple of years ago, and he said the Arsenal players don't have cojones, and now Arsenal relegated them. So I'll say I am 100% excited that he's down, going to the championship. He can have some cojones in the championship. Norwich, I feel bad for Norwich personally. I think they started the season off great.
Yep, they were
But
great.
yeah, we had uh, Pookie doing great. He started the season off very well, but they just couldn't find their feet in the big boy league. And for Bournemouth, I feel really bad for Eddie Howe. He's a great manager, but it was kind of innovative. It was kind of coming for them because they got injury struck early on in the season. So it's a lot, but hopefully Bournemouth can be back next year for us. I personally wanted Aston Villa to go down just for the simple fact we could steal some of their players off them, like Douglas Luiz, which I think he's a great player, young also. Jack Grealish would have loved him in my Arsenal team, but yeah. But I'll say I have to be excited for Villa. They've done great. We kind of handed them this safety because they beat Arsenal. You know, we're the Robin Hood of everything, giving games out. You know, so. We lost again to Aston Villa just so we can put Watford back in the championship. Speaking of Leeds, I think this is the first time in the Premier League since they went down 16 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Watford or
Leeds.
Oh, Leeds. Oh, Leeds. Yeah, Leeds. Yeah.
First time back in the Premier League after 16 years. And I'm so, like you said, their fans are passionate. I'm so excited to see the rivalry with Manchester United. Huge rivalry. It'll be great if we can have the fans back in the stands, even though I'm just going to be watching from my TV. But sometimes you can just feel the passion from watching it. And I can't wait to see what they have.
Definitely. I just remember I recently watched a video posted by Premier League on Leeds relegation and moving up. And there was James Milner on the bench, like the young James Milner. And he was very sad that Leeds got relegated. And now they're back.
Yeah.
Maybe the Leeds will sign James Milner.
I mean, he's won everything a player can win. He's won the Premier League. He's won the Champions League. I think he won FA Cups with Man City because he was a former Man City player. But he's had a great career.
Dude,
he's Mr.
I'm so excited to see this guy though. The coach, what's his name? Ranieri? No, that's for Leicester. Bielsa, dude. Everyone's saying that he's a genius coach. He's a master of tactics, and Pep Guardiola called him the best coach in the world, and just like a lot of he's like respected by all the managers, you know.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. I just saw a rumor today that Lionel Messi wants Bielsa at Barcelona as their head coach.
Damn.
I don't know how true that is, but I'll say he is a genius because Arsenal played Leeds this year, and I think one of the rounds of the FA Cup. And I'll have to tell you, for a championship team, the way they played, they have something to prove. If they can get some recruitment good going on,
Yeah.
they'll be dangerous in the Premier League. So I'm excited to see that.
There's a rumor that for Leeds they might sign Cavani from
Oh,
PSG.
I did see that. That would be a great signing for them because they've struggled with strikers. Because I remember Nketiah was on loan at Leeds before being recalled by Arsenal because he wasn't getting enough game time.
Yeah.
So they have struggled with strikers. So that would be a great signing for them.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see next season if that happens. So I think Leeds are pushing these attackers. Bamford. Have you heard of Bamford? Patrick Bamford? Bamford?
Yeah, I've heard of Patrick. I have not seen him play, but I've heard a lot of things about him.
Man, this guy he started his journey a long time ago, back in 2011. Started with Nottingham Forest. He went to Chelsea, and right after, without playing any games, he got loaned out to Milton Keynes Dons, Derby County, Middlesbrough, Crystal Palace. But he does have some Premier League experience, and now he's back with Leeds. He's actually doing very well. But I actually don't know any of the other players. I mean, I just started learning about them because of the promotion. So I'm actually really excited to see if they're going to do what Sheffield United is doing this season. Like if
Yes, Sheffield United they've done incredible. They've been incredible. It's kind of bummed. I thought they would get European football, but
yeah.
You know,
What do you think is their secret, Idris, for Sheffield on how they're doing so well, just moving up from Championship?
I think their secret is similar to the Leicester Premier League winning secret. Everyone is fighting for each other. It's a team effort. Everybody's going in. There's a unity between the team, the chemistry, and the belief that's within the team that kept them going for so long. And credit to them. I think that plays a huge role in their season, and they've had an incredible season.
It's got to be chemistry, right? Like we don't know like any of these. We haven't heard of these players like at all. But like when they were playing Spurs, they looked so much better in terms of like chemistry and how they were communicating with each other, and they just looked like they knew each other so well, and they were just ready for the ball, the passes and assists and all that. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how the promotion is going to turn out. Who do you think is going to get? Which team do you think is going to get promoted out of these other four playoff teams? Swansea, Brentford, Cardiff, Fulham.
I have not seen a lot of them play this season, but I would even be interested to see if Swansea or Brentford can come up, honestly. Swansea they've been a thorn in the Premier League. Every time they're in the Premier League, I remember this one season they had a striker. I don't know if you remember. His name was Michu. He terrorized. He was a one-season wonder.
Yeah, he was so good. Yeah, one season wonder.
He terrorized every top team in the Premier League that season. It was incredible. So it'll be interesting to see which other one-season striker they have that's going to terrorize the game.
Yeah. Fulham and Cardiff was in Premier League not so long ago, and it's pretty amazing to see they're actually trying to move up. Again, I heard the Championship is like a hell in terms of moving up. Like,
oh yeah,
there's 24 teams.
They play a lot of games.
They play a lot of games too. Yep.
Yeah. So if you've seen the interview after the Watford games against Arsenal with Troy Deeney, I think the reporter was questioning him. He was like, "Now that you're going to the Championship, there will be a lot of games to play. Would this be your last game for Watford?" And he was like, "I'm not that old, you cheeky bastard."
But that happened today?
Yeah, that happened today. So interested to see how many games Troy Deeney plays. I wonder how old he is.
Troy Deeney looks old.
Troy Deeney.
He's only 32.
he's 32, so I guess he can play a few decent amount of games. He played 32 games in the Premier League this season, so that's
Okay,
incredible for.
if you just saw Patrick Deeney for the first time, how old would you have guessed?
He's at least 40.
All right, yeah, same.
But he is a great player for Watford. He's a club legend, I'll have to
Oh
say.
yeah, that winner against Leicester, man, that was insane.
Yeah, I was just watching that yesterday
Yeah,
on Facebook. So it has to be one of the most incredible feats from a PK counterattack last kick.
yeah.
Incredible,
But
purely
the
incredible.
comment was like, or the best comment was like, if he made that PK, maybe the Leicester wouldn't have won the Premiership.
Yeah, iffy. We will never know. All
We
these
never
ifs.
know.
Yeah, but yeah, it's great. Oh man, I'm having fun on this.
Yo, do you remember Bolton Wanderers?
Oh my days.
Oh
Yes.
my
Where
God. They're
where
they're
are
they're
they?
getting relegated again this season.
Oh wow.
I
Were
think
they in the championship?
they were League One, I think. Yeah, they were in League One.
Oh wow.
Now they're gonna be in League Two. Yep, they're gonna be they were the last in League One.
Wow. They have a long fight back to the Premier League.
Oh yeah, yeah. And yo, guess what? Wickham. I think he's
Yeah,
pronounced it
Wickham?
Wickham, right?
Yeah.
Akin Fanwa is coming to championship.
Oh yes. 99 strength on FIFA.
99 strength.
Incredible. Monster.
He's a beast, man.
I know. Well, so Jen, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How would you, with everything that happened this season, how would you rate this Premier League season?
Yeah. So I think I actually started kind of late compared to you, Idris. It's like starting to follow Premier League. I think for me it's been like like 3 or 4 years. So I can't. I mean, back in the Manchester United day, when Ji-sung Park played, I used to watch, but there was like a big gap. But just overall, I can say this season was it was kind of weird because of the pandemic happening, and like we had to get used to like playing without any crowds, just different atmosphere, different schedule too. Like the season should have ended way before, but I think it's been pretty chaotic. But at the same time, they handled it pretty well by resuming and get this thing going. Because I heard in France they decided not to continue the season, and there was one team that got really angry, and they were going to start a lawsuit with the League One. Not sure this actually happened, but I think I saw like an article, and
Yeah, I heard about that.
they got straight up relegated, so they didn't even get a chance to like prove themselves. They belong in that League One, but overall, as a Spurs fan, I am pretty sad to see them kind of so disoriented, and with I was kind of sad. I was really sad to see Poach get sacked. He definitely deserved more games, more chances. Um, it was pretty fun though in terms of like new teams moving up and they're doing really well, like Sheffield, and the relegation battle has been crazy. And I think I honestly enjoy relegation more than like who's gonna make Champions League and Europa. Like it's just way more intense and just so like it's so sad to see them go, but it's so fun at the same time as long as your team's not involved. So, what about you,
Uh,
Idris?
yeah, I'll say as an Arsenal fan, it's been a shambolic season. We've had three managers, the worst start ever to our Premier League in our Premier League history. the worst finish since I don't even know when. It's just been shambolic. And I am so happy this season is over as an Arsenal fan. I think the league was over in December because no one was catching Liverpool, so it wasn't really a contest. So it was just basically
Yeah.
the top four race for the other three teams, which was pretty interesting. The fact that it came down to the last day. Relegation battle was all over the place, which was pretty interesting. So yeah, I think the relegation battle this year was way better than the top four, in my opinion, because you never knew who would really get relegated.
Definitely. For the top four, we kind of saw like which one was coming, but relegation, we actually did that. But
Yeah.
Manchester United, though, like, what do you think about? How do you think they're gonna do next year with Mason Greenwood actually doing really well right now and Bruno Fernandes coming in?
I think they're going to do great. I think they need probably another center back, even though they just spent 80 million quid on Harry Maguire. But I think they need another center back to complement him because he's decent, not worth 80 million in my opinion, but he's a decent center back. But and they probably have to. I love David De Gea, but he has not been the same since the 2018 World Cup that he got humiliated by Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably Dean Henderson from what team is he on loan at? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Dean
But
Henderson,
yeah,
Sheffield.
yeah. So if he comes back, he'll probably be their number one. I'm not sure, but he definitely won't be number two. He might leave, honestly, because he's had an incredible season. Also, very good, very good goalkeeper. So
Nick
with
Pope.
that,
What about Nick Pope, Idris?
Nick Pope he's amazing. I do not understand how he's not England's number one. I do not rate Jordan Pickford at all. He should not be England's number one. Point blank. He is the
Yeah,
best worst
Pickford.
goalkeeper you can ever have.
Pope, right? He's playing for Burnley and he's keeping. I think he's like ranked number one in clean sheet. Says a lot.
Ederson, yeah, Ederson passed him today though, because
Edison passed him
Ederson kept.
today.
Yeah, so he did. So Pope didn't win the Golden Glove. They went
Mm.
to Ederson. But back to the Manchester United question, I think they'll go far. Honestly, I think Ole has a system that works for him, and I don't think. I think if Jadon Sancho does come to Manchester United, that might tweak Mason Greenwood's role in that team. But honestly, I don't think they should spend that much money on Jadon Sancho and just let Greenwood play there and develop. He'll be a great player for them. He's already a great player for them. So
Definitely. Mason Greenwood. How old is this guy?
he's 18.
Yep, he's 18 and he doesn't look 18 though. Like, how are these players so like fit already at this early age? I don't get it. They're all like physically like ready for Premier League, you know?
Yeah,
That's
Mason Greenwood
insane.
he's had a great season. I don't know how many. I think he's had I think 15 goals across all competitions.
Yep.
So he very very good player. So
Yeah.
excited to see that.
Good luck to Manchester United fans next season.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing, Idris. What was amazing to see for me this season was the Andres Gomez coming back from insane injury last season.
Oh, oh yes. He's a very great midfielder in my opinion. I think he should leave Everton. He's underrated in my opinion.
He's well-rounded for sure.
Definitely a great player. What team did he come from?
I think he used to play for La Liga.
Andre Gomez.
Let's see. He's from. Yep, he played for Valencia. Before Valencia, he played for Benfica.
Oh, he played for Barcelona too.
Yep, Barcelona. Forgot Barcelona.
Oh wow. Yeah. That explains his great finesse in midfield. Barcelona they have great midfielders.
Yep. I'm just surprised by like how he's able to come back and still start for Everton, you know?
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Yeah. Oh, so Jin, how would you rate Spurs season? I know you're a huge Spurs fan. How would you rate their season under after the sacking of Maurizio Pochettino and hiring Jose Mourinho?
Yeah, I think it was we started well, and then we started doing really bad, and people were complaining, and we sacked Poach, which who brought us to Champions League final last year, and then he's been doing well like every in his career with Spurs. He's been in top 5 most of the season that he's been with Spurs, and he was also very close with the race against Leicester that season. Um, I honestly think we could have done better, but we also had a lot of issues regarding um, just players and players' chemistry as well. I think communication between players was not that good, and we definitely needed more players in defenders for competition. I like Urier. He's really good. He hustles. I like how he's always trying his best, but sometimes he just uses crosses too much, which doesn't really work. And I mean, it works sometimes, but I just think that we just need other players that are competing with them. You know, just like how they're trying to buy Henderson for Man U to make De Gea compete with them. You know,
Yeah.
but
You speak. I just have one question. You speak about the recruitment and the more players. Do you think building that stadium had an effect on you on the Spurs team? Because it was $1 billion stadium.
yeah, it was $1 billion stadium. It looks beautiful. It's a lot of definitely attracting a lot of tourism and more audience. But I definitely think that we should have spent our money more on the recruitment. Um, but there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of rants amongst Tottenham Spurs fans. They keep saying Levy out, and because he's not spending and investing a lot of money on players. And I do agree. We do need more players. So we could also use some more of the attacking midfielders as well. Um, I actually do want to see more of Ndombele playing. Like we spent so much money, forgot how much, but I think it was over 50 mil, 50 mil. But I think Mourinho, I think he likes players that works hard on the pitch and practice. So, but I actually don't know what's happening in the practice and what's the chemistry between the coach and Dombele and all. But I definitely want to see him more on the pitch because he's really good and he proved himself in League One with Lyon. So, but we definitely need more players. That's my conclusion. We have to purchase. We have to strengthen the defender. We need a center back. We need a center back for sure. Eric Dyer has not been consistent with his games. He's definitely a good like teamwork and hustler, and he works hard. But at the end of the day, you gotta do your job, and you have to be um, defending all those attacks. And yeah, we just need more competition. And next season, I think it's gonna be better because I think I see our team more stabilizing right now with Mourinho and the squad. So I'm excited to see next season for sure.
That's a good take. Yeah, definitely. I think one thing also is I think Eric's the departure of Ericsson left a huge hole in your midfield now that Dumble is not playing. I don't think Lo Celso does enough of that role that Ericsson did in your midfield.
Yeah,
So
I definitely agree. I forgot about that. Thank you. There's Ericsson leaving was huge. Like there's no one passing the ball like how we discussed previously. Like like we need those passes to Harry Kane and Son where they can just have one touch, first good touch, and then shoot for the goal. And Lo Celso should be doing a lot of that, you know? He should be creating those chances. But he's, I think it's been a while I've been watching him and getting kind of impatient. But today he got an assist with Harry Kane, so I'm kind of happy. So we'll see. But he works hard for the team. I know for sure. But how long can we give him? That's the question. You know, how much more chances? Because he's been starting almost every game, but he's not showing like results. So yeah, but Eriksen on the other end, he's about to get kicked out from Inter Milan. So I don't know. I hope he comes back to Spurs. I don't know if that can.
I don't think he's going to be kicked out of Inter.
He definitely deserves more chances in Inter.
Yeah, he's really good. I'll have to say he's a player that can unlock any team's defense.
Yeah, for sure. Idris, what about you? What's your expectation and what's your prediction for Arsenal next season?
Well, next season I just hope we can better our 8th place finish. Hopefully, so I I really don't care if we get European football. That's an unpopular opinion because with European football you get a little more extra money. But I think next season we should basically focus on the league and building our team up. We've been on the decline for the past 10 years, not with bad recruitment. The club has been managed wrong, not bringing in the right person, Arsene Wenger not leaving at the right time. I think we kind of wasted a year with Unai Emery, even though he took us to the European League final. I couldn't see a clear plan in sight for the future, but now with Mikel Arteta, I can see like where he wants to take us, the plan, give the youngsters a go. Like he's planning for the future and getting Arsenal back to what they want. I think recruitment is going to be very key the next few years. And proper recruitment, I feel like we just go ahead and buy players. We lost Koscielny last year, and we bought David Luiz. Horrible. He just signed a new contract with Chelsea. We had no reason to go get him, but it was a panic buy. We bought him. People say Nicola Pepe was not really who Unai Emery wanted. He wanted Wilfried Zaha, but Crystal Palace didn't want to sell him for less than 100 million. I think.
Whoa, that's huge.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. But we got Nicola Pepe for 72 million. He has not had the best breakout season, but I think he's done fairly well. I think he's had about 16 or 17 goal involvements this season across all competitions, which is not bad for someone that's coming from Ligue 1. But I think there's more expectations on him because of his price tag. I mean, when you're buying a 72 million winger, you expect him to bag it in, like goals, assists, everything. But I think he kind of struggled, and us having 3 different managers this season did not help him at all.
Yeah.
I think Aubameyang is arguably our best player. With Bert Leno, they single-handedly stopped us from being in relegation. I'll have to say that.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, kind of bummed for Leno's injury, but he's expected to be back very soon. It wasn't long-term, so excited for that. But I think just an improvement of this season, and hopefully we can get back into Europe, hopefully Champions League with the right recruitment. But I think we need to take it one step at a time. I mean, also Mikel Arteta is a very young coach. He's still learning a lot of things. He's making mistakes, and we have to be patient. I've noticed that most fans these days, especially Arsenal fans, are very impatient. I'll have to say it myself. We are very impatient. We just think the world revolves around us and everything's going to work in our favor, but that's not how it works. I think patience, right recruitment will get Arsenal to where they want to be, and I think we've got the right coach with Mikel Arteta, because he learned from Arsene Wenger. He learned from Pep Guardiola, who's probably one of the best coaches in the world. Wenger was also a great manager. So.
Oh, wait. So Arsene Wenger worked with Arteta?
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, he was a player for Arsenal. Yeah.
he was our captain. So he was more like a player coach when he played for Arsenal because he was our captain.
Right,
And a lot
right.
of players talked about how he coached them during like his playing days at Arsenal, and they all saw his insight into the football world and always knew he was going to be a coach. So you can see what he's trying to do if you've seen Arsenal play, the way he wants to play. He just doesn't necessarily have the players he wants to
Mhm.
play to use to play his system. So I'm looking forward to see what he has for us, and I'm pretty excited for next season and see with the right recruitment what he can do.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see more changes and more excitement from Arsenal. Man, the Leno was so angry though at the collision that happened. I
Yeah,
never seen I never
it
seen him
was
that angry.
unnecessary.
Unnecessary from Malpe, do you think? Or was it
Yeah.
he was overly ambitious, or he did it? Do you think he did it on purpose?
I would say it was unnecessary because Leno was way off his line to get it. Mope was never going to get to the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's even after the collision, we've seen most of those, but it's still kind of unfortunate for Leno to have an injury. It's luckily it wasn't that bad. So we moved, but it was
We
kind of
moved.
sad that he didn't get a warning or a red card or anything for that, and he went on to score the winner in that game. So yeah, it hurt a little bit, but we moved and
Yeah.
we kind of go on.
I kind of when I see Arsenal right now, I don't see um, the iconic goal. Remember with Santi playing for Arsenal and Ozil, and when they're playing Norwich, like just one touch passes all the way through the goal, and then boom, they just that attack counter attack was so good back in the days for Arsenal. But right now, it's just that I could see Aubameyang frustrated.
Yeah, I honestly think he is going to leave Arsenal, and it's going to be a huge blow because he scores way too many of our goals. We rely on him, and it's glad that you brought up Santi Cazorla. We haven't necessarily replaced our goal scoring midfielders or our creative midfielders in
Yeah.
that sense. We have nothing in midfield going forward, so our reliance on Aubameyang is a lot, and I think that also brings a reliance on Pepe to create a lot, where that's a lot of pressure. But let's see what we do.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We move. We move.
All right. Yeah. So do you we can go out and end the episode there on both our
Yeah.
teams and how they did on their season. Any final remarks?
No, this is our first episode, and I had a great time. Um, North London is white. Come on, you Spurs! And good luck to Arsenal. But Tottenham will always be on top of you guys in the table. But you know, but I'm excited for next season. That's for sure. I'm excited for what's gonna happen. I'm actually really excited for Leeds. So we'll see what happens with the the coach. What was his name? What was his name?
Bielsa?
Bielsa. I'm very excited for the legendary coach and what he can do. Yeah. Any final words, Idris, before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I'll say this is exciting for our first episode, and with the Champions League coming back next week, we can go along and see what the Champions League has to bring, and I am really looking forward to keep doing this with you. And North
Yep.
London is not white. Your trophy cabinet is still empty. So once you start getting trophies, you can talk to me.
Sounds good, Idris. I'm actually on my way to clean the dust in our cabinet. Uh, but hey,
Well,
guys, stay tuned. We're gonna come up with more exciting EPL and Champions League and maybe La Liga and Bundesliga sometimes, and just share all the knowledge with you about soccer, football, and we just two lads, two mates, just really love the sport. So if you have any suggestions in for the podcast or any thoughts about this episode. Leave comments below, and yeah, make sure you subscribe. All right.
All right.
You
can stop recording now.
All right, Idris. Well, I'll catch you back on the next episode. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Enchanté.